Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of the Loud Casa Talks. My name is Nate, and alongside is my good buddy, Omid.
Hey, what's up, Loud Crowd and Casa Crew? How y'all doing? Huh?
All right. Well, I know that today is going to be a very exciting episode, so I know you're hyped about this, Omid. Oh, my God. Yes. Yeah. There's a lot to discuss, especially what just happened with the fact that we have the news of a Loud House movie. But we have a lot more business to take care of before we actually bring in the discussion about the Loud House movie. So first off, how you been, Omid? How's it been? It's been a couple of weeks since we've been hanging out.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, because of a certain recent event that happened on Wednesday morning, let me tell you, I couldn't be happier. Woo! I feel good.
Okay, so if you guys are not from the United States, we do have a brand new president. He is Joe Biden, and we're absolutely happy that we are having a brand new president. Hopefully things are going to be changing a whole lot. Will be much better than what's been happening recently. So yeah, I would say that Wednesday was actually crazy because literally at work, we had so many TVs hooked up to the inauguration.
Nice. So yeah. Let me tell you, it was like waking up to Christmas Day. It was that beautiful. It was that amazing. It's like I could not be happier. It's just the happiest I was ever been.
you're just like hoping, waiting until Wednesday happens. So yeah.
Count down, baby.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? I mean, like, yeah, the inauguration was great and all, but you know what's kind of crazy is that we also did have like a company meeting also at the same time. So what was kind of crazy is that I had a person who actually had his MAGA hat on his table, and I was like, "No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything." But the boss said, "Hey, you have something on the table there. What are you gonna do about it?" And then he said he's just gonna burn it because he knows that it's gonna be a brand new era. So yeah, he knows what to do, right? It's okay. All right, enough politics. We're not doing all this stuff. So let's go straight to our episode review previews. We don't have any recent news to discuss because we already know what the news is going to be about. But right now, let's actually talk about episodes that are going to be coming out this Friday, aka tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about 2 new episodes of the Loud House and 2 new episodes of the Casagrandes. So let's get straight to it.
Ooh.
All right, let's switch gears here. There you are. All right, so first up is the first episode that will come out for the Loud House. It's called Cow Pie Kid. Let me switch that up here. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I'm getting prepped for this. That's why. All right, so Cow Pie Kid. All right, so the episode synopsis here is that Lynn pushes Liam to his limits when he becomes the star pitcher for the middle school baseball team. Now, I'm pretty mixed up about this because I didn't know that Liam and Lynn would actually have an episode, but we now have one. And who knew that Liam could be a really good athlete and a good pitcher in this case? But you know what? We have never had episodes of Liam or episodes of just him doing his stuff. I know we did have one in Past Your Bedtime, but now that he has a hidden skill in baseball, that's really interesting. Omid, what are your thoughts about this episode coming up?
You know, while Lynn and Liam, of all characters, it's certainly quite a bizarre duo. I mean, as bizarre as it is, I am still curious to see where the episode could possibly go. I have questioned how Liam could be integrated into an episode that mainly features a sport, let alone baseball. But then again, the guy has been helping out on the farm, so that's plenty of character building right there, if you ask me.
I would say there's a good potential for Liam to actually have the character building aspect because, you know, we have episodes of Lincoln's friends just doing their own thing. I mean, Clyde has his own episodes. You got Stella having her own episode of Tales of Woe. And then we did have Liam have his own episode with Past Your Bedtime. But him and Lynn working together, I know that they're in the same school, but this is just really interesting and really amazing to see how this will go. And I'm pretty excited for this episode just because, you know, you have a character who's a friend of Lincoln's who will be hanging out with Lynn. It's going to be quite fun to say. I can't wait to see how this goes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would say we're all excited for Cow Pie Kid. Definitely looking forward to see how Liam does in this baseball team. All right. With that in mind, let's head over to our next episode. we're going straight to quickly on our episode previous here, so yeah, just a heads up there. Now, the next episode that we also have coming out is called Saved by the Spell. Definitely a huge Lincoln episode. For the synopsis here, it says here that Lincoln's friends try to stop him from performing magic in a middle school talent show. All right, so let's start with you, Omid. What are your thoughts on this episode coming out?
Okay, first thing I want to point out is that Lincoln looks so badass.
Really?
In the title card.
I mean, he looks like Ernesto. He looks very Ernesto.
I mean, just look at the guy. Look at the guy. He looks like he knows his magic. He looks like a boss, not gonna lie. I will say though, this is one of the very best title cards for a Loud House episode I have ever seen. It is right up there with Really Loud Music, Tricked, Game Boys, Coop Dreams, and even Blinded by Science had a pretty cool looking title card too.
Wow.
Even though that episode itself is a complete piece of boo-boo, but I digress. Now, as for the episode itself, I am also curious to see where this episode will go. I honestly want to see the real reason behind Lincoln's friends trying to stop Lincoln's magic performing tricks at the talent show. It could come up to different reasons. Maybe because they're afraid that Lincoln will somewhat screw up his magic and embarrass himself in front of the whole school. Maybe they just feel that Lincoln's magic tricks are dangerous and could potentially hurt Lincoln's fellow classmates. Or maybe, just maybe, and I hope this is not the reason, but I'm just only speculating, maybe it could be because that Lincoln's friends are too jealous of Lincoln and his talents. Now, they could feel that they might feel that they don't have any talents just like Lincoln does, or maybe they have their own talents that don't quite exactly match up to Lincoln's own talents or isn't quite as impressive. So honestly, it's one of those episodes where you never really know unless you see the actual episode for yourself. Or that is, if you don't run into any episode spoiler on the internet.
Okay, so my thoughts on this is that I love the fact that Lincoln has an interest in magic, and we have seen that so long in the Loud House. Like we get to see his magic tricks when he was interested in it and antiqued off. I like the fact that they keep on putting the role of a magician for Lincoln. That it's a huge thing for Lincoln that he loves magic, and this is about to show off here in this talent show. So first off, continuation is a huge thing, and the Loud House is absolutely doing great at it now. I think. Remember, we always have that little continuation problem that's been going on here, but I'm guessing the Loud House is finally, getting used to it now.
Yes, it's one of those traits. Like the continuity, it's growing much and much stronger the more you get into the Loud House, and that's one of the things I'm really proud of Loud House for accomplishing.
Right. I can't wait. Now, the other thing too is that about the best friends thing with everybody that's also being involved there. I really hope it doesn't really, give a bad look to them just because they are trying to help Lincoln out. And the fact that Lincoln is doing a lot of magic, you can totally see it in the preview where he was doing a lot of magic with his family. Now bringing it over to a junior high, to a middle school that will, not really interested in magic and all. So AKA it could be embarrassing for Lincoln, but at the same time, it's supporting Lincoln in a sense as well. But you're supporting him because you don't want him to get embarrassed, but at the same time, the friends are also there to help him out in a situation. I mean, Lincoln's doing really great in magic. The thing is that you don't want the friends to ruin that little motivation that Lincoln has. So I just hope that when I'm looking at this episode, I just hope like the best friends don't really actually ruin stuff up for Lincoln, and that Lincoln's magic trick show would actually go off well. I would imagine that Lincoln would have more friends for him to use to support in his show. And I was thinking maybe like during the end when you see Stella getting sawed, and I swear to God, Lincoln better not cut her. I mean,
spoiler alert, she dies. Just kidding.
No,
she really
shut up. I need her to stay alive. Let her stay alive completely. And look, he could be a good magician at the end of this thing, and then everybody will like him because he's a great magician. I'm pretty sure a lot of junior hires will probably say he's a great magician and all that kind of stuff. But I love the fact that they are continuing the point that Lincoln still likes magic, and they're showing it over in this new episode coming out. So I can't wait to see this too. To say the least, the Loud House episodes are going to be really fun this Friday, that's for sure.
Hear, hear.
Yes, sir. All right, besides that, let's head over to our two episodes that are also coming out, also the same hour. 2 Casagrandes episodes are coming out. Let's go start off with the first one here. The Kid's Place in the Picture. It's a very long title. All right, so let's talk about this episode. And the synopsis here says that Carl's love for toys gets him caught in a whirlwind toy review career. This kind of reminds me of Ryan from Ryan's... look, he has a show now in Nick Jr. But he's probably picking up the fact that he can also review toys and he can also become big. So this is probably a huge thing for Carl and maybe a new thing for him because like what? He'll probably get money and you know him. He's huge into money sort of gambling things. And of course it might, end up being a failure for Carl. Anyways, how about you, Omid? How are you feeling for this episode?
Yes. Another one of those Carl cooks up a scheme or career and it eventually backfires on him episodes. Those are always a delight, aren't they? And really, I really do mean it. They actually are. I'll definitely say this. Carl is one of my favorite Casagrandes characters, mainly because of how he ends up being a more distinct and more unique character than when we first see him. Because back in Relative Chaos, while he was an enjoyable character for what he was, he felt a bit too much like a male Lola in a sense. However, when we get to the actual Casagrandes Carl-centric episodes, that is where his character truly shines. Now, as for this episode, as someone who wants to be a reviewer myself, I actually want to see where this goes, especially when it's him reviewing toys. Like, I want to see how he develops his critiquing skills, his reviewing skills, or maybe he tries to make money off of, well, okay, I don't want to say he could go into that territory, but knowing that this Carl and he wants to do one of those quick get rich quick schemes, this could happen, but he could potentially copy off toy reviews off of other user reviews. You know what I mean? Like he could pretty much like copy and paste them or something like that and make it his own. And then he'll learn at the end that plagiarism is wrong or something like that. Like if that happens, honestly, it wouldn't be much of a surprise for me considering the character Carl Casagrande himself.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Carl will do anything to pretty much get rich. And to say the least, this has been trending on like all social medias that people who review stuff can get paid for what they do, and they are trying to be big. I mean, it makes sense how Carlota can also be a part of this too, because she's helping her brother out in getting rich, and of course it's a little bad scheme for Carl in this case. I just have a feeling that he will do well, that he actually will do a good job in trying to how would I say this? Get rich in his toy review scheme, but just wait. At the end of it all, it's going to fall apart for him. I just have that feeling. I just have that feeling. Like he'll do great as a good toy reviewer, but then it's going to probably fall down. Just he'll do some bad review, or maybe another toy reviewer will come in and probably challenge him or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm seeing the trends when it comes to this episode. So hopefully Carl gets a big career in toy reviews. Who knows? And by the way, Omid, you said you would love to review stuff. What are you thinking about reviewing in?
Movies, cartoons, cartoon episodes, some live action TV shows here and there. Like nice. Those are the stuff that I'm interested in.
So you're like watching Alpha J, you're watching Saber Spark.
Oh yeah, Saber Spark, Animat, some Alpha J, and all others.
Sounds good. I hopefully this episode could also help you out in thinking about doing a stream like that.
Yeah, honestly, like I've always wanted to do YouTube, but YouTube's being really stupid nowadays with the copyright stuff, so it's kind of impossible to do it there, unfortunately.
You got to talk to them, probably. They have their ways of getting through it. All right, so last but not least, let's go for one more episode for the Casagrandes. It's called Achy Breaky Art. In the synopsis here, Frida's art gets a bad review, so the kids try to stage a new auction to lift her spirits. All right, so let's start off with you, Amin. What are your thoughts on this episode?
Okay, now, in regards to critics themselves, I gotta say, everyone, grab your pitchforks and torches and let's go hunt down these sons of bitches.
What? What?
Let's hunt them down. Let's hunt them down. I'm just saying. In all seriousness, though, now Frida is shown to be a very, very vulnerable character. However, her vulnerability definitely succeeds in terms of bringing out the comedic effect of the series because it's done in such an over-exaggerated way, and the way she cries is done in such over-exaggerated lengths that you just can't help but just laugh at it. Hell, she cried so much that she literally flooded the whole house. But however, it is due to some bad reviewers talking smack about her and her artist, all this stuff, and this just makes me want to just like them. You know what I mean? Like,
you're getting too crazy on this.
I'm saying they must pay for hurting Frida's face. They're going to pay for making her cry.
Look, I know what's going to happen. She's probably going to get that bad art review, and then she's going to obviously bawl her eyes out, which is the comedic effect that happens to her. And I absolutely love her for crying like that. I know people don't like that, but I absolutely love her just pouring tears of waterfalls.
honestly, I think so too. Because like I said,
it just makes her amazing. I don't know. You could say that her tears and her drama makes her like look bad, but no, it makes her look funny to me.
No, because like I said, it's done in an over-exaggerated, cartoony way that it really helps blend in with the animation style and just the wacky, comedic Sunday life style animation, that style of cartoon that, you know, Frida's crying really is integrated into that sort of feel.
But so, okay, besides the whole Frida drama stuff, the kids are going to be out there to help. And you can totally see from the preview that we saw in Instagram, they are absolutely doing their best to get her artwork out for the auction. So it's been helping, thankfully. But of course, what kind of backfires is that they actually did spend $5,000 on a piece of Frida's artwork. So, here comes more trouble. No, but I do like the fact that, you know, they're trying to help Frida out, and they did this back in Misstep, if you remember correctly, that, you know, Ronnie Anne wanted to help her out, Carlotta tried to help her out, but of course they gets too dramatic and stuff like that. This time it's more Frida really needs help, and that they're there as a family to help Frida out of her situation and to make sure that she's a great artist. I mean, you can totally see that she's a great artist. She made freaking snakes during that one cover chameleon episode.
True that.
Yeah. So hopefully that artwork will become pretty good. And the other thing too is that we also get to see that guy again. Back from going overboard, he comes back again, and I believe he's going to be a pretty interesting little person now in the show.
Yeah, nice to see him make a comeback again. You know, it's been a while since we've seen that dude.
Well, we've seen him over at a very Casagrandes Christmas too, for like
That's
1 second.
True, but he didn't have much of a role there. That's sort of the thing. So I have a feeling he'll probably have the exact same role as going overboard, but not as much. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so just a heads up for everybody out there who's watching in the United States, the episodes of the Loud House and Casagrandes are all brand new, starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. So record your DVRs, get yourselves ready. This is going to be 4 exciting episodes we can't wait to review on our next Loud Casa Talks.
All
right. All right. The moment y'all been waiting for. It is time for the main subject tonight, and it is the huge Loud House movie discussion part 1. Part 1, by the way, because we're going to be doing a lot more of these Loud House movie discussions, because we don't know what will come out. Wait, we'll do another trailer, and we'll do part 2. We'll have a sneak peek of the Loud House movie, and then we'll have part 3. We don't know how this will be, but this is just part 1. And we just only saw an image and only had the news that the movie is coming out this year. All right. Without further ado, I do want to bring in one special guest here. His name is Real Gilbert Gann. He won't be here on face, but Gilbert will be here to, be in voice chat with us. Anyways, how you doing, Gilbert?
I'm doing good, fam. Hey, Loud Casa crew, how are you doing?
All right. So, Gilbert, do you want to introduce yourselves to everybody out there?
Okay. Let me introduce myself. I'm an artist from the Philippines, and I've been a fan of the Loud House and the Casagrandes since 2018.
Very nice, very nice. All
Awesome,
right,
dude. Awesome.
all
Yep.
right. All right, so let's move on to our main subject talk today because we've heard about the whole news about the Loud House movie. It was around 2019 where we heard about the report of a Loud House movie. Soon, fans would do anything to get any info about the movie, whether it be asking staff members to find leaked images. So far, we've got a movie logo. We had a leaked script, and a possible release date from the person who are currently making the show, Kevin Sullivan. So we pretty much have been left in the dark about what's going on with this movie until now. That's right. Just a couple days ago, we just gotten word that the movie is now complete and is heading straight to Netflix this year. Now, with all this hype going around, we are dedicating this episode all about this new movie, and we are speculating for what the movie was going to have. So let's go back and actually talk about when everybody heard about the news. So Omid and Gilbert, both of you were probably like me, sleeping in until we got the news from Netflix.
Yeah.
I would
Pretty much
imagine.
did.
I don't know. Maybe Gilbert was like at night, just currently looking through the news, and then finally popped out, that Netflix is gonna give out the Loud House movie.
No,
Was-
I woke up with the news hearing about that, and I was so excited.
well, everybody was probably excited. So
Who isn't?
Exactly. So, Gilbert, I want to go start off with you. When you first heard about the Netflix news that they're going to bring out the brand new movie in April, possibly April of this year, well, how are you feeling when you heard about it?
I'm so ecstatic. I've been excited my whole life to watch the movie. So yeah,
Go ahead.
we're,
Go ahead.
so yeah, we're hyped.
Very hype.
I'm
I would
always
imagine
hype.
so. How about okay? So I'm pretty sure, just like me and Omid, we were both asleep. I literally woke up like around 7 o'clock in the morning just to hear Twitter go off on my phone talking about a brand new Loud House movie, and I'm like, what? And then I immediately went to retweet, went to Facebook, went to Instagram, and just pretty much put out the news out there that this is going to happen. We now have brand new information about a Loud House movie. I just immediately had to go straight to it and had to immediately talk to everybody, say like, hey, Loud House movie's coming out. I can't wait. I'm very hyped. Actually, I was never this hyped before for anything Loud House than this. And that's saying something. Omid, how about you? How were your feelings when you first heard about the news?
Oh my God. When I first heard the news, I was hyped as F. Oh my God. Like hype times 1,000. It was just, oh my God. The fact that we're finally getting a Loud House movie, the feature film that features the Louds like the Louds deserve, it's just, oh my God. It is sight to behold. Just dream come true. Yes.
I think we're all kind of in doubt when we were just waiting for the news of the Loud House movie. I knew that it was going to happen, but with more and more news not leaking out, we were just thinking, is it even going to happen? Especially with the whole pandemic going around too. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah,
honestly, when I heard that there was a Loud House movie, the first thing I thought was, okay, it's not hard to dismiss because I could see a Loud House movie happening in some way, but I was sort of speculating that the Loud House movie would happen like right after the pandemic when the movie theaters are going to reopen again. I was really hoping that they would release it in movie theaters because the first thing I'm going to do is see the Louds on the big screen, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. However, the Louds being in Netflix, the Loud House movie being on Netflix is the next best thing for me. Just as long as it's released, period, then you know what? I'm definitely good with that too.
I just never expected to see this become so huge. So, oh man, the movie's coming out. It's going to be coming out this year. I can't wait. I'm pretty sure everybody who's currently watching in our stream is probably excited as much as we are right now.
You know we are.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and break it all down. So first off, I'm showing you guys the promo picture. I mean, it's absolutely blessing to see the Louds in this kind of outfits. They're in royal.
Yeah, they're pretty decent.
Right? They look so amazing in these dresses. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool.
No,
They look awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
So go ahead, Gilbert.
they're pretty svelte. They're elegant.
They are. I mean, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe we're actually going to have Scottish Louds, royal Louds, in my case.
And look at this, Lincoln Loud in a wig. Like, is it me or it could be just me? But it could be just me. But Lincoln Loud looks like a character from William Shakespeare. Like, he looks like a Shakespearean character.
He did look like Shakespeare.
What did you say, Gilbert?
He did look like Shakespeare in that outfit.
I know. Oh, it looks
He
so
kind
cool.
of does. Yeah, he kind of does.
So from the plot, so let's go actually talk about the plot of this movie here. That the Louds are Scottish royalty. The Louds go on vacation to Scotland only to find out that their family roots are in Scotland. So I want to start off with Omid here. Did you think this was how the movie was going to be, and what do you think about the plot?
Honestly, I kind of didn't see it coming because when I think the Louds, the last thing that crosses my mind is royalty. Because really, what's royalty? What's so royal about the Louds? Well, other than Lola Loud being a princess, well, quote unquote princess somewhat, but really, like, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw that the Louds were tied to Scottish royalty, that's when I kind of thought, okay, that's sort of a bit out there, just a bit out there. I mean, the Louds somehow be connected to Royal Woods. What am I doing? Royal Woods. There hasn't been a single hint, not a single hint in the series that the Louds had any sort of royalty in their bloods. Oh, and also, just a little quick on side note. Last I checked, Luna and Liz Sr. were into British culture, not Scottish culture.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Yeah,
they're
listen, I am
Anglophile.
very excited for this movie. Okay, I am very excited for this movie, of course. But I want to see how they establish the fact that the Louds somehow have royal roots. Like, give a legit root. I actually said woods first time, but now I said root. Yeah. It sounds similar, don't you think? Yeah. But anyways, like, give a legit reason. Give a legit circumstance. Like, give anything to establish that okay, I do believe it is believable that the Louds somehow are connected to any sort of royalty in some sense, let alone Scottish royalty, just saying.
Yeah. All right, Gilbert, same question. Did you think this was how the movie was going to go?
I think so. Because I know that Luna and Lynn Sr. are both Anglophiles.
So,
Yes.
how about the plot? How did you feel about the plot of this story? That they're going on vacation and that they're also from Scottish royalty.
I think it's great, to be honest.
Well, that's good to
Yeah.
hear. All right, that's good to hear. I absolutely cannot believe this. I didn't actually expect this at all. Like, first off, we were just only given a logo, and the thing is that the logo was just a castle. So it was like, okay, what are they gonna do with the castle? Are they just going to a medieval knight's vacation? Are they going?
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
At first, we thought it would be Lola, but it turns out it would literally be the entire family who are nobles or royals.
Because you would expect Lola to become the princess, but the whole family becoming the princess, becoming royalty now. So you have like a king and queen, you have like princesses and princes now. Actually, Lincoln being the lone prince, that's something.
Oh man. Hey, we're gonna touch a lot upon that later on. But
Later on, we got a lot more
to say about that.
We're just talking about like the fact that this plot is interesting because, like I said, I never expected this. I never expected to actually see them become a part of a royal family. I mean, the castle was something. I thought they were just going to a vacation, to a medieval knight's vacation or something, and then they end up being like jousters and some sort of thing. And then I was also thinking, like, somebody also did put up the plot that this might be in Las Vegas, where they're just gonna have a fun time in Las Vegas. And I'm like, that's also a good possibility too. So I was leaning towards those two plots, but I never expected that they're going to be as royal Louds. And lo and behold, we have the family picture right there, and it could be foreshadowing to what the animation will look like, but probably not. But to say the least, it looks amazing the way that they're look like right now.
Oh yeah, like listen, like nobody really expected this. I don't think anyone, when they think Louds, they don't think Scotland, they don't think royalty. Honestly, when I saw that castle there,
Yeah,
like
that's an
I
interesting
honestly,
question.
I honestly thought that they were going to Britain because Luna and Lynn Senior, as I mentioned before, they're pretty much into British culture.
That's right. That's right.
Now, also another thing too is Britain and Scotland kind of the same thing because they're part of the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Right.
like okay, my mistake there. Like what I meant to say was that they're into British culture. I thought they were going to Britain, not like UK. Just
Right. Well, you
my
have
mistake
the
there.
same feel. You have the same feeling there. It could be like British like, but
Yeah.
still, the
Well-
fact that they're royal. Yeah, go ahead, Gilbert.
Yeah. Both Luna and Lynn Senior are Anglophiles.
Anglophiles.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, that's absolutely cool discussion about that. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about what do you think each lad will do, because I feel like what kind of shenanigans do you think will happen on the movie based on the plot? How about we'll start off with you, Gilbert. What kind of things do you think will happen in this movie?
We'll never know, but all I can think is Luna and her music, right?
Yeah. How about the rest of the Louds? You got any thought about that?
Not yet, but I can think of Lynn in her sports.
Lit at her sports? Yeah, probably lit at her sports. Probably should play a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Golf. Lori
no,
Loud also
no,
plays
I think-
golf.
I think for Lynn, I was thinking about polo.
Oh, polo works too. Yeah, that works as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, since it's a British sport, right?
Sounds good. How about you,
Or-
Amid? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gilbert.
Or what about joust? Because I'm
Ah.
I'm a fan of joust.
You could also be a good jouster too. Lit as a jouster.
Yeah, the sports jockey with all of her, licensed sports.
Nice.
Archery. Don't forget archery.
Correct.
And also equestrian
Just-
if you're
It's
into
just
that too.
everything.
a lot of
Every
the
sport.
European sports you can totally see
Yeah.
Lynn do.
Football,
Okay.
tennis, you name it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's head off to Amid. How about you, Amid? What kind of shenanigans do you think will pump up from this family as they go on their Scottish vacation?
Okay, I'm going to say this. Every single Loud is going to have their own story or character arc. Like, okay, maybe this. You got Lincoln doing his thing where he tries to find the mysteries of the Scottish family, while you got Lola, who's exploiting the hell out of being related to royalty and passing herself off as a queen. I mean, beforehand, like in the series itself, Lola already thinks of herself as a princess. Imagine if she thinks, like, she finds out that she's tied to Scottish royal family. Oh my God, she is going to endure that. She's never going to let it down. She's going to enjoy it to the max. And of course, you got Lynn learning archery and all sorts of sports. Lisa trying to pass many laws in Scotland. Lucy trying to talk to the ancestors of the Scottish family, like the ghosts and stuff. Oh my God, the list goes on and on and on. Since it's a big family in a big movie, the possibilities are endless, which is exactly why I'm looking forward to seeing what the movie will really be about and what each character will do in the movie or how they will contribute to the plot.
There's a lot of things that I can think about right now, but I can actually just sum it up all in our little discussion coming up later on. But I mean, you can get to see Lynn. I can understand Lynn can become a very sporty girl. I would not be surprised if she could get into golf and have Lori be a partner with her. That would be pretty cool if they ever do that.
Yeah, she could teach you that. She could teach
I-
you that.
I mean, like, look, I mean, Scotland loves golf. So it makes sense for them to start putting a golf thing out there. Lucy doing dark magic. That would be pretty cool if you actually learned dark magic from the Scottish. Luann being a joker, like one of those jokers.
Jesters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, Lola is going to be all about the princess life. So I would imagine her
Yeah.
just
Being
her
of
just
her brat.
I would imagine Lola just going straight to saying, "Hey, give me this, give me that. Hey, you pepper me, you."
Spoiled brat in the house.
Oh man.
What else was I gonna say? Of course, Luna is going to be really good with her music. I would imagine she gets founded by a band. Maybe I don't know. It would be funny over there.
Yes. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Yeah, what if we get a special cameos of other characters like Sam? Yeah.
Ooh, what if Sam does come? Oh my god!
Yes.
Of course, Omid is gonna be so freaked out about Sam coming into the movie if she actually does come
Because
in.
we know Omid is rooting for her.
Hell yeah.
Rooting for
Hell yeah.
Sam and Luna.
I hope Sam goes with them. I hope Sam goes with the Louds.
Yeah.
But I got a good dream.
I haven't
Lynn
thought
goes
about
in Scotland.
yeah. So I haven't thought about the rest of the Louds yet. I mean, Lincoln will have a big role, but I don't know yet. I mean, Lynn Senior and Rita are probably going to hold the fort for the castle. I don't know what shenanigans will happen there. Lenny still has a lot of things coming up. I would not be surprised if a lot of princes go for Lenny. Like, there's a contest for Lenny's heart, like a bachelorette sort of thing coming.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, that would be pretty cool. I mean, because Lenny still doesn't have a boyfriend, it would make sense for her to have a prince here in Scotland.
Like, okay, one thing I would imagine Lenny doing in Scotland is she'll be making dresses. Like, not only will she be wearing the dresses, not only will she be having the princesses wear their dresses, she'll be designing their dresses for them.
Yeah.
So I would say all of us have some pretty awesome thoughts about what the Louds are going to do on this movie.
We all do.
Possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless.
All right, so let's go actually to a serious point about this movie, because we can always talk about the positives, but there's also a couple of things that we also have to think about too. That it might be a hoax, that they might not be in Loud, they might not be Scotland royalty. I mean, that could be a possibility for the movie. Omid, do you think it might end up with them just not being a royal family and just being a ruse?
Okay. I really hope that does not happen. Because in order for a plot, for a movie to work, the plot reveal has to mean something and has to have an effect on the story as a whole. Don't forget, this is a big deal for the Louds. So this has to be something that will stick with them forever. Otherwise, the plot detail will be inconsequential and therefore will be rendered as pointless or just an excuse to fill up time for the movie. Don't forget, this isn't just a random Loud House episode that we are talking about. No. This is a Loud House feature film that we, the fans, have been anticipating for, and they, the staff, have been planning and promising. So it has to ultimately pay off. So the character's journey in the movie has to be genuine. If they revealed it to be just a ruse, it would not pay off, therefore making the whole situation as well as the movie itself feel pointless. And when you make a feature film based on a beloved cartoon series, especially The Loud House, the last mistake you ever want to make is making a big movie feel pointless. This would be like, let's say if in the Rugrats movie, Tommy learns to come in terms of being a good big brother to Dill, and then at the very end, Stu and Diddy give Dill up for adoption, thus making Tommy's character arc in the movie story feel null, void, and pointless, therefore wasting the whole movie. You just cannot do that.
Oh.
Most definitely. How about you, Gilbert? How do you feel if they are not loud, if they're not Scottish royalty at the end?
I don't know. I'd be upset. Yeah.
No, so would you just be upset?
But we'll get over that.
Here's my thing. I just hope it doesn't happen, because you have such a big plot in this movie, and if it doesn't actually happen, that would probably say like it's a big like middle finger to like the fans and saying something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 0.
Oh please! I just hope it doesn't go that way.
No.
That happened with a number of movies sometimes, like The Last Airbender.
Oh no! Please don't talk about that movie.
The less said about that, the better. Okay, the less said about that, the better.
So here's my thing.
No, This ain't no emoji movie, okay? This is not going to get a 0%. This ain't no
Right.
emoji movie.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to think about. Like, look, you're going to go on a vacation to Scotland. You're going to have the castle pretty much for your whole vacation. But I'm pretty sure the thing is that they're going to be still in Scottish royalty. The thing is, they still have to go home to Royal Woods. So I would say, like, yeah, we will. Like, they have like an offer where somebody says, like, hey, you could be staying here in Scotland for your whole entire life, and they'll probably say, no, we will have to go back to Royal Woods. You miss home, and that's where the
Feel homesick.
right, exactly. So that's what I'm thinking right there. So, like, yeah, you'll have the whole vacation of a whole hour, 30
Once
minute
in a
long
lifetime
movie.
vacation of your life, and then
Yeah.
you end up being homesick.
Yeah, see, and then what happens after that movie is that near the end they go back home, and I would imagine like Clyde being so like loving to him. I would imagine his Lincoln's best friends coming back, all of everybody's best friends coming back and stuff like that. That'll be interesting.
Stella in the movie. Like, imagine Stella being in the movie.
So
Yeah.
Stella
Stella's now in the movie.
I mean, you want to wrench my heart because I really hope Stella would actually be in Scotland, but you know that she's not gonna probably happen.
Also, spoiler alert, Lola Loud is going to be the movie's villain. Like, Lola
What?
Loud's going to be the main
Really?
antagonist
Lola.
of the movie.
How can you wait?
Because-
Explain yourself on that.
Come on. What's your
Because think
formula on
about it.
that?
Think about it. Lola Loud, like I said before, like, she calls herself a princess, you know, she's a self-proclaimed princess. But like, imagine how she's gonna feel. Like, imagine the sort of how I put it. Imagine the sort of role that she'll play when she finds out she's tied to royalty. She's never gonna want to leave Scotland. I'll tell you that. Even when the rest of the Louds want to leave Scotland, oh no. It's going to be hard to drag Lola Loud out of Scotland. No. You have
I
to
just saw one comment right
try.
there.
Try, okay?
I just saw one comment. They
You
said
can't do that.
they had to deal with Lola.
So Lola
And
would be
they
the
have to
one.
go with
Lola would be the one staying at the castle, saying like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go home. I love my royalty."
Exactly. But no. She's going to be reformed villain, though. She's going to be reformed villain, okay? So it's not like she's going to face a big consequence. Okay, so
okay.
this is Lola we're talking about. She's, you know, we know Lola. She's a devious character, but she has a heart of gold and she's capable of changing. So honestly, that could go in that same direction too, where Lola does come to terms with her agreeing to leave Scotland because she feels that she doesn't want to drag her family down. She doesn't want to hold her family hostage in Scotland. So I think that later on the end, she'll come to learn that lesson as well.
Yeah, I actually have another thought that I just came up right now. What if Lola did find a boyfriend there? Like, he found a prince. It's in the vacation. What will happen if Lola found a prince there? Would she now be forced to stay? I don't know.
Oh, the prince will be the villain. The prince will be the villain. It's going to be like the Frozen scenario. They're going to pull Frozen and have the handsome prince be the villain. Just watch.
It's gonna be something.
Oh, Lola, if only there was someone out there who loved you.
Oh, damn. Okay, this is getting dark now. This is getting dark now.
A tyrant
Yes.
in training.
A tyrant in training, right? All right, so
Literally a tyrant.
all right, I know we have a lot more to discuss here. This will bring me up to one more question I want to ask you guys before we move on. Where do you think in the Loud House timeline do you think this movie came in? Season 3, end of season 3, end of season 4, into season 5. What are your thoughts about where in the timeline did this movie come? Will this movie take place? We'll start off with you, Gilbert. How do you feel? Do you think it's like around season 4, season 3?
I was thinking it would be between seasons 4 and 5.
That sounds like a good, reasonable
4
choice.
and 5.
Sounds good. How do you want to explain why it's there?
Oh, I don't know. It's just an idea to say. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. How about you, Omid?
Now, honestly, this could actually take place in between season 4 and 5 when you really do think about it, because
right?
it would make the most sense production wise and in the context of the story. Because from what I could speculate, one of the reasons why the Louds would even go to a big trip in the first place, let alone another country, would be to celebrate some of the Louds graduating. Like you got Lincoln graduating elementary school, you got Laura graduating high school, you got Lily going to preschool, you know the works. So that could be what could drive them to travel afar in the first place. And also, it would make sense when you think about production and its time consumption, because making a Loud House episode in and of itself is a lot more time consuming than people might think, because it takes months and months before a said episode is entirely complete. Now, I remember me and Nate, we went to a Loud House panel back in 2017 that had the Loud House staff in it, and they mentioned how writing, storyboarding, brainstorming, drawing each frame, animating, coloring, drafting, etc. Let me tell you, it is not an easy task, nor is it a quick task. So imagine an entire movie where they have to do this 10 times as long. And that's not even including having it distributed to Netflix and all the post-production stuff. Yeah. So I will say this, that honestly, when it comes to all the reasons inside and outside of the Loud House show itself, honestly, I feel it makes the most sense that it takes place in between season 4 and 5. And also, keep in mind, this movie was planned before Schooled. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
And another fact is that Asher Bishop had debuted in the middle of season 4.
So it makes sense for him to be in season. It would make sense for the movie to be around season 4 and 5, because I have the same feeling as well that the movie might be actually coming out, like, will be actually at the end of season 4, because like what Obed said, it's more of a celebration for them to go on vacation to Scotland, because a lot of things have happened where Laurie goes to college and Lincoln goes to middle school and Lily goes to preschool. So a lot of changes are happening. I would imagine from the movie's perspective, this is where all the changes are starting to begin. And yeah, so yeah, I really think that it is the same timeline there. That just no aspect on that. I can't really see it coming from season 3 or something happening like during season 5. So, and the other thing that also comes to mind, and Sunny also did bring this up right now. What if it isn't part of the time? What if it isn't part of the universe? It's just something that just got randomly put in, which, you know, it's a possibility. I've seen movies like, if you watch the Bleach movies, they're not part of the timeline, aka the anime Bleach.
Or
they're
even
not part
Naruto.
of the timeline. Yeah, even Naruto, they have their movies, but they're not part of the timeline. Some movies are. I mean, My Hero Academia is also the same thing, in an aspect, in a way too. So yeah, I mean, you've seen movies that have, you see TV shows that have movies, they don't really get into the universe of where they are from the original series. This could be a possibility that it might not happen, but if it does, it makes sense to actually put it around the end of season 4 to season 5. And it makes sense, just like that.
Honestly, I hope that that's not the case. I really do hope that the movie is part of the series canon. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Because
So you want
it
to
would be more
keep it,
effective.
so you wanted to keep
Yeah.
it to happen. FYI, FYI, if it is going to be canon, I would expect season 5 episodes of more Royal Louds.
Yeah, honestly, because if it isn't canon, that means it's more effective in a way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I'm expecting more Royal Scottish Louds coming up in season 5.
Yeah.
Possibly, we get to hear more David Tennant. That'll be awesome.
Yes.
Speaking-
We're going to talk about it, David
Speaking of
Tennant,
which,
right now.
Speaking of which, actually, there's amazing. Okay, so we actually did look at the cast list for this movie, and there's a lot of good, notable people there.
You got
One of
Michelle
them
Gomez,
is-
Patty Townsend.
Yeah. So one of them I'm absolutely excited to see is Mr. David Tennant himself, the 10th Doctor. If you watch Doctor Who, he's also
good old Scrooge
Scrooge
McDuck.
from the new DuckTales series.
DuckTales. Woo!
There you go.
DuckTales.
They're gonna put
Woo!
the DuckTales. Now, here's the other awesome part about David Tennant, though. He is Scottish. So, and the other thing too is that after the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who, he totally went into voice acting, and now you can totally see him in a lot of voice acting roles. One of them in particular is a significant role in the Loud House movie. So, I want to start off with, we'll start off with Omid here. When you heard that David Tennant was going to be a special guest star in this movie, how did you feel about having him into the movie?
Oh, I was very ecstatic about it. Very ecstatic. I am a huge fan of DuckTales 2017. It's one of my favorite Disney shows ever, and David Tennant himself really nails Scrooge McDuck. He is definitely the next Alan Young in a sense. And he has fun in every role he plays too, not just this. Like shows like Doctor Who, Jessica Jones, and this show, of course, like he gives it his all. And when he performs, he keeps in mind to get the audience to have to watching him, who are watching him, to have fun, like he has fun with his roles. And so when he plays his roles, like he wants his audience to have just as much fun watching David Tennant, just as much as David Tennant himself having fun playing those roles. That's why he just has a blast with the role. That's why he gives his energy towards his roles, whether it be voice acting or playing a live action role. And that's honestly why we admire the actor David Tennant so much. He brings out the fun in all the stuff that he is in.
All right. How about you, Gilbert? How did you feel about having a guest star like David Tennant join in the Loud House movie?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not a DuckTales fan myself, but like Omid, I'm hyped.
All right, cool. Do you actually know about David Tennant, like his roles? He was in Good Omens. He was in How to Train Your Dragon. He was also in Harry Potter, and also was in DuckTales, like you heard, and in Doctor Who.
I did not know that because.
Oh, so I gave you some. I spit you out some facts about David Tennant.
Give me some facts.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, I'm the only one person who actually likes David Tennant. I loved him as the 10th Doctor. He really does make Doctor Who a little whimsical with how he portrayed him. And he did, like I said, he's a really great actor in Britain being Doctor Who. And just the fact that he's now changing into voice acting is pretty amazing. Like, you get to see a lot of like actors just change from being actors all the way to voice acting. And you know what? Good for them. And David Tennant is one person that I didn't expect him to be a part of voice acting, but you now know him as a lot of these notable roles. Having him in the movie first off, it makes a lot of sense because he's Scottish, and his Scottish accent will bring it out so much to the movie because, of course, it's set in Scotland.
Yeah, honestly, like I mentioned before, that David Tennant, brings out the fun in the roles that he plays. I would imagine he would do the same with the Loud House movie itself. Like, like no matter how the film is going to turn out, whether it be good or bad or just meh, I would imagine one of the highlights, one of the main positives would be David Tennant's performance as whatever character he plays.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't even know what he's going to do. He might be the king, for example. You might say, hey, I looked through the history facts and you are from royal descent. I mean, look. David Tennant does a good voice acting. I mean, he does a good Scrooge McDuck. So him having like his Scrooge McDuck voice into one of the characters of the Loud House movie, it would make sense for him to be like a very funny person, or like I said, he would probably be a big important role. So I'd imagine him being the king of Scotland and pretty much telling the Louds, "Hey, you're from a royal family. How do you feel? You should have a fun time in our castle." That's my thought. That's my thoughts.
Honestly, yeah. Like I was hyped for the Loud House movie, like from the very beginning, but David Tennant makes me even more hyped. Like just the fact that he's gonna be in Loud House, like David Tennant in Loud House, that is just it's just gonna be awesome. I would say.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now, there's other voice actors that are also special guests in this movie. One of them is Michelle Gomez, and another person is Katie Townsend. I didn't put her name up there. No. The other thing too is that Michelle Gomez and Katie Townsend, they're not as popular as David Tennant, but Michelle Gomez is from a Scottish descent. I don't know much about Katie Townsend, but she's in a lot of video games that I haven't played before. So the fact that they're bringing in a lot of Scottish voice actors is trying to say that they want to really make it authentic. Try to make the fact that the feeling of the movie is going to be really authentic, having these two voice actors bring out their Scottish accents and actually showing how, a Scottish movie for the Louds is going to be. Do you feel the same way, Omid?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think it's a very good use of the Loud House movie to hire two well-known Scottish actors to play their roles in the movie. Now, like Michelle Gomez, I know her from as Matilda McDuck. Matilda McDuck. She's basically Scrooge McDuck's sister in DuckTales 2017, and I loved their brother-sister relationship that they have in that one episode of DuckTales. And so, like, based on what I've seen from that episode of DuckTales, like, this may be a personal bias towards a DuckTales fan, but it just really adds, the hype of David Tennant being in the Loud House even more is when he has Michelle Gomez by his side, because David Tennant and Michelle Gomez have worked really well together. And I'm not just talking about DuckTales, but also I've heard Doctor Who, although I never really watched much Doctor Who, to be honest, but I have heard because it was a cultural phenomenon. So,
how about you, Gilbert? How do you feel about having Scottish voice actors come into the movie?
Well, for me,
yeah.
Let's go. I can say I'm so excited for them.
Very excited for it, that's for sure. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. You're here, bro. I
just can't wait. It's just going to be very...
We defend.
Yeah, I just can't wait.
We defend.
Okay. I just can't wait because the fact that they're having those two voice actors makes it, like I said, very authentic. All right. You may say that these are the last of it. I mean, there's all the guest stars. Those are pretty cool, right? Those are awesome. Yeah. Having David Tennant, Michelle Gomez, Katie Townsend, and wait. Hold on. Wait. I totally forgot about two voice actors coming into the Loud House movie. Their name is Carlos Pena Vega and Isabel Alvarez. FYI, Ronnie Anne and Bobby are going to be coming to the Loud House movie. Okay. All right, enough talk. I want you guys to talk about
mucho bueno.
I've been keeping that like all secret because I know that it's exciting to have those two up. But I want to get with you guys first before I pass out. So I want to go with you first. When you heard about them making a guest appearance, how did you react?
Oh my god, I was uber hyped when I saw those two voice actresses being in the cast, like the movie cast. I was just like, yes, let's go, Ronnie Anne and Bobby in Loud House movie too. Oh my god, yes. But I am praying that Ronnie Anne and Bobby will play a significant role in the film. I'm even going as far as hoping Ronnie Anne and Bobby go with them to Scotland, because think about it. There's actually so much that you could do with Ronnie Anne and Bobby. Like, have a running gag where all the Scottish people look at Lincoln and Ronnie Anne walking together, and they think, oh, they're the prince and princess, and they think, when shall a royal wedding take place? Or have Bobby and Laurie go sightseeing in Scotland, and Bobby tries so hard to be fancy and dignified for Laurie since he discovers that she is related to royalty. But then at the end, Laurie assures Bobby that she loves him just the way he is, and that he learns to be himself. Oh, and also, I want to joke where the Casagrandes, mainly Hector or Carl, like, they pretty much have Ronnie Anne and Bobby go with them to Scotland because they want to try and arrange a marriage between Lincoln and Ronnie Anne or Laurie and Bobby.
What are you doing? Whoa, you're not making me faint now. Oh God.
No, because
oh my God.
Whoa. You gotta explain yourself there.
I'm about to. Just hang on a second. Hold your horses. Because when you do think about it, like, the Louds are related to royalty. And since the Casagrandes think, like, the Louds, since they're related to royalty, they think the Louds are rich, right? And so, so once they find out that they're royalty, they try to arrange a marriage so that they could get their share of money because, hey, God knows how much those Casagrandes want those riches. Am I right?
They work for Carl.
Yes.
So you were
Omid, that you want to have the Casagrandes come in just to arrange a wedding with Ronnie Anne and Lincoln. Interesting. I want to imagine Bobby and Lori, but Ronnie Anne and Lincoln, that's gonna be something. Oh man, Gilbert. I mean, your turn. How do you feel about having Ronnie Anne and Bobby there?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I could say, what if we get the wedding between Lori and Bobby? It would have been like, let's say, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Ooh, it'd be fancy like that.
Or even, or should I say, Prince William and Kate Middleton back in 2011.
Yeah, that works too. So it could be something fancy like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
Oh my god.
Because I'm a fan of The Crown.
Mm.
I was not kidding when I said possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless because they don't have a sincere plot right now. But the fact that Ronnie Anne and Bobby are going to be there, I just hope they're going to be in Scotland. I swear, they gotta be there. Because the thing is, like, if you put them in the cast, they're going to be a part of the movie. So I'd imagine Ronnie Anne and Bobby just having a random flight. Maybe like Lori and Lincoln call them over and say, "Hey, we're from Scottish royalty. You should come over." And they give them free tickets to go to Scotland, and they have a fun time. And just a heads up there, I really hope a Bobby and Lori moment happens where they, go off. Maybe like, for example, Lori like gets stuck in a castle and then Bobby has to come up and help her, aka like a Rapunzel moment happen.
So we got a question here from Kes. We got a question from Kes. He did said this question. I wonder what the picture's equivalent of the Diana and Charles wedding would be. Well, I don't know, maybe Carl? I don't know.
Okay,
it would be either any of the boys, either Bobby or Carl.
Yeah. So I have to say this though. I mean, yeah, I would imagine Lori and Bobby having a little situation here, but the fact that Lincoln and Ronnie Anne are there, it's the two lead characters of the Loud House and Casagrandes meeting up. We've already seen a lot of tense moments between the two of them. AKA horoscope, cursed.
Yes.
Horoscope, cursed.
Is there a possible chance
Yes.
that is there a possible chance that there's going to be a huge moment in the movie? Like, watch Lincoln do something to Ronnie Anne, and Ronnie Anne gets her heart sweetened or something like that. Look, I am thinking there's gonna be a horoscope part 2 in this movie. Just watch. There's gonna be something where Lincoln does something to Ronnie Anne. I just have a feeling about
2.0. It's gonna be horoscope 2.0.
I mean, it would not be a pop up like last time in the very Casagrandes Christmas.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
my
I
opinion.
hate that too because they only gave the Louds just like a 30-second cameo.
I mean,
But
that was so dumb.
I know. We did a big discussion about that in a previous episode. Of
Yeah.
Loud House. Oh my god! I mean, come on. Look there's bound to be a Ronnie moment happening here. I would imagine maybe Lincoln coming in to visit Ronnie Anne. But maybe just the fact that Ronnie Anne is in a dress and Lincoln's getting his heart swept by her, or there's just a lot of possibilities. I mean, we don't have a set plot right now, but I can totally see there's a huge Ronnie Anne here gonna be happening in this movie.
Yeah,
Honestly, imagine Ronnie Anne. If Ronnie Anne, if we saw Ronnie Anne in a dress in the movie, oh my god, fan artists are gonna take that advantage. They're gonna use the opportunity to just draw her immediately.
We've made a lot of fan art about this.
Oh yeah. Fan artists galore, man.
Crazy on that kind of stuff,
Oh yeah, myself included.
Oh my god! All right.
So do I mean.
Look, okay, so
Here.
besides that, we get it. We got a lot of guest stars. We have a lot of, we have a picture of the Loud House movie coming out. But I kind of want to see how you guys are thinking about how the movie's going to entail. So I'm giving you guys a couple minutes for you to, express your thoughts of how this movie is going to be. Omid, I will start off with you.
Okay, now, if you ask me, what the movie should really do is really capture the scenery of Scotland itself. Do it in a similar way to how Rugrats in Paris captured Paris very well. However, at the same time, though, do it in a way that doesn't feel distracting to the plot. Rugrats in Paris succeeded because it was able to perfectly capture the look and scenery of Paris itself, as well as poke fun of and portray the Parisians very well to the T. All the while, they were able to keep the focus on Chucky Finster and his character journey of him finding a mother for himself, and as well as having each of the Rugrats characters play a significant role in the story or contribute in some fashion to the plot. I feel the Loud House movie should really take inspiration from that movie and do the exact same thing in there, except in Scotland. Also, please do not, and I mean do not, please, do not have it be 60 minutes long, okay? Because if you have it for 60 minutes long, chances are it's going to be too fastly paced or too rushed. And the thing is, 60 minutes is going to feel more like a TV movie rather than a big feature film that we have been hyping for. If you want my advice, I'd say like run the movie 90 minutes maximum.
I say, yeah, go ahead, Gilbert.
I was thinking it would be 2 hours. Omid.
Oh,
That sounds like better.
That's gonna be pretty
That
long
sounds
for
like
a
a
A greater plot, so we can get a bigger plot than just, let's say, than just a normal TV movie.
I could
Well,
totally
yeah, I would say that 90 minutes minimum, but 2 hours is actually even more. Actually, the longer the better, because think about it, you got a big family in a big setting. So honestly, 2 hours is even better, my friend.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 2 hours or more.
that
Or
sounds,
more.
sounds pretty reasonable.
Mas.
Like I feel like Mr. Krabs when I was like, more.
Gilbert, how about
Yeah.
you? Well, how about your thoughts on the movie? Like, give us what you think how the movie will entail.
I was thinking about the idea, like similar to my watch on The Crown. Like, yeah, we got Lori and Bobby, and they know they're there. I was thinking of a royal wedding with the two of them, while Ronnie can in the future.
All right. Anything else you want to also bring in for your thoughts on the movie?
I don't know what to say anymore because I'm totally lost.
So that's how the script goes in this Loud Casa Talks. But yeah, I mean, if I were going to explain how my thoughts are going to be in the movie, I just feel like they go on a vacation and then they just go visit a castle, and then out of nowhere, David Tennant comes in and just says, "Hey, can I take you aside for a second?" And then I let you know that you are Scottish family, and they become all this royalty stuff.
Hi guys, I was thinking that, in my opinion, they say that one person did comment here. They say, "Let us hope there's not much I can say Scottish stereotyping."
Wait, what?
Stereotyping Scottish culture.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like portraying Scottish culture because it's going to be a Scottish thing in the movie. So I would imagine them doing a lot of things that are part of Scotland, like golf. Like I would imagine Laurie playing golf with Lynn, having like a little
Luna
competition.
and bagpipes.
Yeah, bagpipes are another thing too.
Bagpipes are a great thing between Scotland and Ireland. They're great.
I think they're well known for their bagpipes as well. So I would imagine like a little bit where Luann.
There in the United States, Nate.
Look, I would imagine Luann pretty
Society.
much. Wait, what's up?
The Emerald Society are known for their bagpipes too. They have a pipe band around there in the States.
Okay. I was just thinking, like, if we're going to be talking about the movie, I would imagine Scotland in their movie, they're probably going to be putting a lot of bagpipe references. So I would imagine Luann playing the bagpipes one time in the movie. And maybe, and who knows, maybe Luna might actually start playing the bagpipes because you could totally see her like rocking out in guitar. So I'd imagine her playing guitar, but at the same time, watch Luna like be a part of a competition of bagpipes.
Yes.
I can totally see that happen. Yes.
You know for a fact that this movie is going to stereotype the hell out of Scottish culture, just like Rugrats in Paris, the movie stereotyped the hell out of the French and Parisians in general. Like I said,
the good purpose of it though is just to make us learn more about Scotland. That's the reason why they do that. Yeah. So what else can I think about when it comes to the movie? I would imagine Lola probably meeting up with a young prince, and they're probably going to be dating. Just watch.
Yes.
I imagine Lola being all pampered because she's, obviously a princess now. She only wants to get herself pampered by like a lot of people.
Pampered by a noble.
Yeah, by a noble. Lana, I have no role for Lana, but I would imagine Lana just being out there with the farmland. I guess I really have no.
She would.
She would enjoy the mud in the farm.
Because there are some Scotland farms here and there. Like, I would imagine there'd be like some sort of Scottish farmers or something.
Okay.
Even the windy plainlands around the mountains of the north.
Here's my little situation that I was thinking about right now. Because Lincoln is also part of royalty. What if another girl comes in and like swoons Lincoln's heart? Then Ronnie Anne comes out of nowhere and gets jealous.
She gets jealous.
A fight cloud.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. I mean, oh god, there's a possible chance that Lincoln might be having a royal wedding with another girl, and Ronnie Anne obviously will probably tell him not to do that.
Yeah, no, honestly,
from Jesse. It would have been like the Charles, Diana, and Camilla.
Oh no, not that royal family.
I don't know if I want that.
It's graceful royal family.
I don't know if I want that because I've said before I really, really hate the love triangle cliche with a burning passion. So I kind of don't want that to happen.
Because I'm not into ship wars.
I know. Look, I hope it's not possible, but yeah, it was just something in my mind. But no, I really hope if it doesn't go that love triangle, good, because I do want to hopefully see a Ronnie Kid moment happen.
Yeah, let the crew not have us screwed.
Yeah. So and then the other thing I also did want to bring up is also like Lenny, where's she gonna do? She's probably going to be hanging out with a prince somehow, or maybe a lot of princes will probably go to her, and then Lenny's trying to find out her favorite, like I said, a bachelorette sort of thing. How about Lily? What will she do? Because she's a baby after all. But imagine her just messing up the castle around just because she's a baby and she's just fiddling around with what's happening in the castle.
Poo-poo.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe she could go around. She could go around Scotland, not just a castle, but she could explore outside, and then without her family's knowledge, like Lily goes exploring around Scotland, like similar to Rugrats in a sense, similar to Rugrats but low key.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can bring up here. I already said Luann's little role. I would imagine Lynn Sr. and Rita just, manning the castle. But the other thing, too, is that if you're manning the castle, you're pretty much going to be handling all of Scotland's rules and stuff like that. So I would imagine a lot of nobles coming over to the castle saying, I don't like this. Do something about this. And then they're having a hassle trying to figure out the law of royalty and stuff like that. I know. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of possibilities. Right now, we don't have a set plot of like how it's going to be. But the thing is, like, possibilities are endless out there. I understand a lot of people commenting about my comment there. Yes, I just wanted to make it. It was a joke, by the way. Please, I wanted to make it an erotic kid moment. I just hope there's no another girl.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on now. Lastly, let's talk about the fans, because after the movie pretty much got announced, there's just so much fan art. And to say the least, a lot of people pretty much put out a lot of awesome fan art out there. I can't believe like how amazing people have been going on with their fan art and stuff. How are you feeling seeing that the fandom has reacted so positively to the Loud House news and are expressing it with these amazing fan arts? Obi, I will start off with you.
Oh, I am feeling the love. I am feeling the love and the hype in the movie being spread across the fandom and Twitter and as a whole, and I can't get enough of it. Woo! Oh, yes. All the love, the hype feels so good.
With all the fan arts that are going around, I would imagine a lot of people are probably going to be looking at it and say, hey, let's go check out the Loud House.
Oh, yeah. Hell, I even made royal fan art myself if you want to see it.
I know. How about you, Gilbert? How do you feel about the fact that all these fan artists are just making fan arts of the Royal House recently?
Oh, as an artist myself, I'm so hyped. We got a lot of artists who are likely, we can say, we drew a lot of Loud Casa artwork of Scottish nobles within the family itself. Like myself, I did drew a Luan Loud artwork, and Christina Picelli actually appreciated mine.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah,
so I love the fact that Christina actually knows your artwork and all.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Because I did send a lot of art gifts to her by mail every about 3 times.
Nice. Very awesome. That's awesome that the voice actor Christina Priscilla is recognizing you as a really awesome artist.
Yeah.
All right.
As myself, of course, I drew a Royal Luna Loud fan art.
Oh, you made this Royal Luna Loud fan art? By the way,
that gentleman,
much made.
ladies and gentlemen, this is my creation. Mwah.
Look
This
at that.
is my creation.
I would say not bad for a good little artist of yourself. You're brand new and stuff, but yeah, I would say an awesome Luna that you made there. All right,
Thank
so
you.
I kind of want to showcase a couple of awesome Loud House artists.
I have mine.
Actually, did make a lot of awesome Loud House art recently. I mean, Gilbert is absolutely one of them. I'll show Gilbert his. I'll show Gilbert's, by the way. Look at that.
Behold my piece.
Luan, by the way.
Myself, who's a fan of
man.
Calgary, and if no one noticed this, for the model right there, it says "Nemo me impune lacessit," meaning no one shall harm me with impunity.
Oh,
That motto alone is a reference to the Scottish most ancient and most noble order of the Thistle.
okay.
Dude, that looks
Order of the
awesome,
Thistle.
dude.
Awesome.
That looks
I mean,
so
like,
cool.
the fact that like you have the Scottish flag in the background, and the fact
It
that
took me
you have
hours
the Scottish Luan
It
there.
even took me hours to. It took me hours to pattern those Celtic knots right there as well for the border.
So the knots, so the knots on the sides are also your drawings too.
Yes, I did
Wow.
pattern them.
So you have all of that. Even the background itself, the whole sides of it is also drawn by you. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
With the thistle flowers sticking up on the ground. The thistles.
That's really good. Holy crap, that's
Yeah.
really good.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
mean, I did retweet this. I did retweet
Props,
this.
man.
You're getting
Yeah.
a lot of fame for this because of
Yeah.
your awesome artwork. All right. So
Yeah,
I
thanks
kind of really do want to showcase a lot of
Thanks
fan
a lot
art.
for appreciating my artworks, people.
Of course, definitely, most definitely, Gilbert. I also do want to showcase more artworks here. I mean, this is one that I absolutely appreciate. This is a Lincoln Loud by a friend of mine named Weave. He made a Lincoln just like this. I thought it was absolutely pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So by the way, follow his Twitter. He's a upcoming artist. He's been making amazing artworks recently. So yeah, I'll be going through this a lot. So hold on for just a second here. But yeah, I mean, like the hype for the movie is pretty much out there. A lot of people have been making a lot of fan arts. This is one that I appreciate here. A lot of people have been drawing a lot of Lynn. This is by Hannah Parad, and she made this Lynn, and I thought it was pretty cool. Look, the Scottish outfit and stuff like that. I thought, pretty awesome.
Yeah, the plaid kilt.
The plaid kilt also really is pretty cool.
The traditional Highlanders outfit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I love the background. The background looks clean. It looks crisp.
Well, the
Yeah.
background for the castle. So like she said, castle grounds in her kilt, which is pretty awesome. I do have to share this off. Definitely one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite artists, and he's been currently like new to the Loud House scene. Ruhishu. I don't know if Ruhisu art. I don't know if you're in our stream, but oops.
Yeah, he's a Scottish.
You
he's a
made
Polish
this
artist.
by the way. It's amazing. It's
Oh
amazing.
my god.
Magnificent.
It looks like a painting too. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was
That's
like, how do you-
breathtaking.
Look, he
That
did
is
that
breathtaking.
in like 2
Ruhis's
or
art
3
is
days. How the heck?
magnificent.
Oh my god.
How does he pull this off, man?
I don't
Major props to this guy.
A
Oh
lot
my
of time
god.
and effort, I believe, but he
Oh
did a
my
really
God.
awesome job with it. So if you
This
want
is a
to,
work of art. This is a work of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very magnificent. I would say I would give it a 5-star.
I'll give it like more than like 5, 6 out of 5 if possible.
Perfect. Perfect.
I give it 7, bro. Bro, you cannot top 7.
Now everybody loves Lincoln Loud because he's our favorite character. Our awesome friend Sunny also did draw Lincoln Loud just like this. So
Hey,
Yes.
this is amazing.
Yes.
go to Sunny, guys.
Shout outs to Sunny. I know you're watching
Shout out
too.
to Sunny.
So, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
In the
FYI,
comments on
FYI.
YouTube.
for Sunny, I cannot wait to see your Ronnie Anne and Lincoln Royal Loud drawing.
Sonny, if you're listening to this, very nice job on it. Very nice
Yeah.
job. Always
Yeah.
been a fan of your art, and this is one of those that really emphasizes your talents. Major
That's
props.
right, guys. That's right, Sunny. We really appreciate your art so much.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
I also do want to give a shout out to Royal Woods Rooster. You know him. He's also our
Royal
close friend
Poultry
here.
Guys.
He made this fan art, by
Yes.
the way, of Royal Louds.
He did mix the combination.
Yes.
Oh,
The entire family. The entire
Yeah,
family.
literally the entire family.
yeah, it's the whole entire family, but
A
this
different
is
outfit.
they're different outfits. This is his OC
idea
of how they look
between-
like. Either way, they look royal, and I thought that was like an awesome, drawing that he put up. I mean, the idea of royalty is pretty much here. It's awesome just to see that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely shout out to Royal Rooster for that one.
And shout out to all the fan
thanks,
artists that
Michael.
drew the Royal Louds. Thank you for spreading the love. Thank you for spreading the hype.
So I know you guys showed off yours. I gotta show off mine. I made this yesterday, by the way. Ronnie Anne's Princess one.
Oh, Miha.
So
this looks a bit like Rapunzel's dress. No lie, it definitely looks Rapunzel's dress.
Yeah, I think it's Rapunzel.
So
it's Rapunzel's dress. Yeah,
absolutely are correct. I actually used Rapunzel's dress.
Awesome.
I made a little specification where I just used like a little bit of Rapunzel's dress. I pretty much looked at Rapunzel's dress and just added on to Ronnie Anne. So that's my best drawing of Rapunzel's dress at Ronnie Anne. And I just feel like it matches her. The purple look, how she looks and all. I think that really fits her to say.
Nate, let me tell you something, okay? Like as a big Tangled fan myself, the movie, the series, like the entire franchise, like as a huge Tangled fan, the fact that you use Tangled, the fact that you use Rapunzel as your inspiration for drawing this piece, like it makes me love this even more. So
thank you.
Props, man.
Thank you very much. Now, I also do want to show one of my favorite fan artists. I swear to God, if you ever listen to me, I really want a commission from you. But he drew this awesome Lana piece, and I thought this was like absolutely beautiful. Like his artwork is great. It just stinks that a lot of people really want his commission. So I'm like, I want a commission from you someday. His name is EX3 Cortez. He is on X Triforce, is that how it is? Yeah. So he's a really awesome fan artist, and I really hope he gets the recognition here that he deserves, because I think this is a really awesome Lana that he drew.
Yeah, honestly, definitely. I hope he keeps making more of this, and like pretty much and his fan artists and like his fan art like rises to popularity. He should definitely rise up as one of the popular Loud House fan artists.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think he is one of the very popular fan artists of the Loud House. It's just that it's a lot of things to. Well, the thing is, like he's a really good fan artist. It's just that he takes his time drawing those things. Not really fast at all.
In my opinion,
that's true.
In my opinion, I was thinking that maybe they can hire this guy to Nickelodeon. That was what I was thinking.
There's a lot of people that I wish were part of Nickelodeon, like Incuba, SP. There's these awesome fan artists for the Loud House that I really wish could be part of Nickelodeon if they, tried.
Even our good friend JP Reyes, who's here now.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely has some good art.
If you're seeing this.
I actually, speaking of Inkuma, I actually sent a commission from him, and he did a fan art of me and Luna in a Mixed Swagger concert. It was just beautiful. It was breathtaking. It was worth every penny.
Oh yeah. All right. I think we have time for one more fan art I want to show you. This is gonna help out Omid, by the way, because this is an amazing artwork of Luna, Royal Luna.
Oh my gosh, she was beautiful.
Candy Randy J, who made this Luna fan piece.
Yes.
Yeah. And heads up, I really hope Candy Randy J does get like a digital tablet or something. I would love to see like him do digital art. I think he could have a potential for him to actually do well at that.
He definitely could.
Oh yeah,
this looks so cute. Looks so adorable. Like I want this in my room.
Not to show off here, but he also did make a Lori Loud version too. So
I did saw Luan one too.
Now I also did make a Lori Loud one as well. But come on, she's my favorite Loud. So
it is to be expected. So yeah.
Oh yeah, most def. All right, last but not least, okay, so that's pretty much it for our fan artist showcase. There's a lot of awesome fan art out there. I wish I could actually show off all of them, but like I said, we're kind of like limited in time and stuff. So that's why the best I can want to show is pretty much all here. All right, so I do have one more question for all of you guys here who are in the stream and who are also here in our who are talking right now. Are we looking at an April debut? Are you thinking April or maybe later?
Okay, honestly, for me, I really hope it's April.
So you're really hoping April? Okay.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because April is my birth month.
Oh, okay. So you want to have it for your first month? Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Loud House movie premiering on my birthday. That would be the best birthday gift for me. Best birthday gift.
That happens. We should actually do like a live stream or something. Like all of us watch together, celebrate your birthday by watching the Loud House movie.
Watch along.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah, man!
I would title that.
How about you? How about you, Gilbert? Are you feeling April debut as well?
Same. I was thinking in the middle of April. Yeah, because you know what? April is Luann's month. April Fool's, suckers.
Oh, that's another thing too. Yeah, I consider Luann and her April Fool's jokes.
I love the April Fool's trilogy. I love the April Fool's trilogy.
Same.
I don't know why some people hate it because Luann goes crazy on April. I'm like, that's the point. That's the point. Like Luann is a comedian, so she loves to pull pranks. She loves funny stuff. That's the entire point of Luann's character. She's the goof, So naturally, when she's into comedy, she's of course into pulling pranks, and of course April is all about pulling pranks and all that stuff. So of course she's gonna go insane. And pretty much like I said with Frida's vulnerability, like Luann's pranking and just her being like the evil genius April Fool's prankster is so fun to watch and so deliciously evil, mainly because of how over exaggerated and cartoony it really is. It's just so fun to watch.
Oh yeah. If I gotta share my thoughts here, I'm gonna say April, hopefully. But if it does get pushed back to summer, I would be okay with that too. Because I mean, right now, according to what Kevin says, it looks like it's going to be in April, and I hope, fingers crossed, that it's going to be in April. Everything crossed. Now, if it does go push back to summer, I'm not surprised either. I'll have to say, most likely, I would have to say, summertime will be also good too. But like I said, April, hopefully, it will come out. All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up our episode, our little discussion about our Loud House movie discussion. It's a huge episode, all hour and 15 minutes of us discussing about the Loud House movie. And I have to thank all you guys for coming in. Most definitely, Real Gilbert Gan, thank you for taking your time and chatting with us.
My pleasure, Nate and Omid.
Remember, Gilbert, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man.
Thanks. Remember, feel free to support my works on Patreon. That is at www.patreon.com/realgilbertgun and on Ko-fi, the same as my Twitter handle. Shout out to Omid, who's one of my supporters. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, man. Happy to support you, my brother.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Gilbert.
And friends.
Yeah, have a good weekend too. And Gilbert, we might bring you back up for another episode. Just stay tuned, okay, sir?
I don't know if I can join in for the next episode, but
no. I'm just saying we might bring you for a future episode. We'll see.
Sure.
And Gilbert, have a good night. We'll see you later.
Yes.
All right, and it's just pretty much us again. Thank you very much for checking out the stream. You can be able to listen to our Loud Casa Talks on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts. We also have our YouTube page where you can also be able to see our Loud Casa episodes and watch our episodes via video where we record our episodes. I also totally forgot about the fan reactions page. Do you want to do that for a quick second, Omid?
Yeah, sure.
So I totally forgot we actually have fan reactions. So let's bring it back to Twitter here. Let me go ahead and set that up. I totally forgot about this. My bad, guys. I know you guys put a lot of comments out there. I just totally forgot we did this. So let's go ahead and put that on here. Where'd it go? Shit.
Here we go.
Okay. So it's time for our fans reactions from Twitter. I did ask a question here talking about your thoughts about the Loud House movie. And what are you most excited for about the movie? Now, let's go ahead and bring up this comment here from SOF. Says here, let's go ahead and put that screen up here. It says here, honestly, I'm very happy that the Loud House is getting an animated movie that's coming to Netflix in April. I'm excited that Lola, as she would love to be an actual princess.
Yeah, who would have thought it would actually happen? Like it would actually happen. Like it's not just a self-proclaimed princess. Like she's an actual princess. oh my god, Lola's dreams just came true.
For her, yeah. Now she's a princess herself. Right, so let's bring it.
Go figure,
so,
right? Go figure.
Go figure. All right, here's another comment from Ronnie and Sid, aka Burster MFG. She said here, I seriously wasn't expecting the movie to be set in Scotland where the family became royal, but then again, the logo literally resembled a castle, so it wasn't that surprising. Actually, the castle was still very misleading. I thought we were just going to have like a little scenario where they're just going to a castle. We never expected them to be in Scotland. And that's in my perspective.
Exactly. Like when you think Loud House, when you think Louds, you never think of Scotland. Like honestly, it never really comes to mind. Like it's not even the last thing you think about. It's not even a thing you think about in the first place.
I didn't expect it to actually be in a different land at all. I thought they were just going to be at home, like doing some random stuff. But now we get to see that they're going to a different country.
Yeah.
So here's another one here. Benjamin 1995, or Ben Fontana, he put this up for his reaction. I'm excited for this guy voicing in the movie. It's David Tennant. He's a great Scrooge McDuck. It makes sense for him to be a pretty good whatever he'll be over in the movie.
Yeah, man, I'm same here. Hype for David Tennant.
Tennant's a good guy. All right, so
hell yeah.
Here's another reaction from Arifin, a huge Loud House and Casagrandes fan, and I totally like him for following us here. I'm excited to see Bobby and Ronnie end in the movie, even if it's only a cameo. A little cameo, but I can believe there's something huge coming in this movie. I believe there's something huge for them.
Yes. What I'm really hoping, I forgot to mention this earlier, but what I am really hoping is that they do not pull a very Casagrandes Christmas on us. I really hope that they handle. I hope that they handle Ronnie Anne and Bobby well in this movie. Like, make it like more than 5 seconds. Hell, make it more than 5 minutes. Okay, just try.
Oh, yeah. All right. I would say hopefully more, maybe for an hour long. Just for them to actually interact with Lincoln, like Ronnie Anne with Lincoln and Bobby with Lori. I mean, we need to have their interactions. I would imagine something big happening between either one of them. A Lori, Bobby, Lobby, or a Ronniekin moment. Any of those two, please. All right, and here's a comment from Sunny who answered our question too. What I'm most excited about is them extending the length of a typical 11-22-minute movie to a full-length movie, and expanding on the world and characters we love in this movie. She pretty much nailed it right there. I'm just excited about that.
Yes, you summed it up perfectly, Sonny. You summed it up perfectly. I myself am very excited to see the Louds' adventure in Scotland. Like that, their adventures go 3 times or 5 times as much as any regular Loud House episode. And like I said before, I'm hoping 90 minutes minimum, but the more minutes, the merrier. I'm just saying, like Gilbert pretty much put it best when he said 2 hours. I'm just like, I totally agree with you. And if it's more than 2 hours, that's even better.
I think 2 hours would be a pretty good length for the movie. And I just hope it's going to be that way, where they just keep it for two hours long, and they have a lot of potential for the movie if that's the case. Like, there's a lot of storylines that can happen in the movie. If it's going to be 2 hours long, I would say that would be good. All right, now one more comment that I can bring up here is from Skylar M, aka my chiller on Twitter. She said this: when they announced the movie years ago, I was wondering how that's even going to work. I do want to see how that's going to work. I'm also interested in how they depict Scotland. It's one of the countries I'm interested in. So I will be interested in seeing how they do that. Hopefully they put a lot of references to Scotland, like we explained before, bagpipes, golf, the Scottish accent, and things like that.
Yeah, no, they're gonna stereotype. They're gonna explore Scottish lands, Scotland, and Scottish culture in general. Like watching the movie, it's gonna be like going to Scotland in and of itself, like a 2-hour trip to Scotland, because Scotland is so grand in and of itself. Like it's such a grand country to visit. You know what I mean? So honestly, I have very high hopes that they're going to tackle Scotland very well in terms of the setting. Like it's definitely, they're going to handle the setting of Scotland very well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. All right, well, that's pretty much it for our fan reactions page. So thank you very much for those who are commenting. We always put up a question on Twitter to so you can be involved in our Loud Casa talks. So when we put it up on Twitter, you can go ahead and answer and comment down the question, comment down your answer, and then we will possibly show it in our next episode of the Loud Casa talks. But anyways, that's pretty much it for us here on our Loud Casa talks. Just remember that you can listen to our Loud Casa talks podcast anytime on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts. We also do have our YouTube page where you can be able to see our Loud Casa talks episodes once we record them here. And also our YouTube page is home to pretty much anything that we want to put up. We could also do game nights. We could do, a lot of things like that. We're still setting up our brand new YouTube page, but if you subscribe to us right now, I promise you we're going to keep on doing stuff like this all the time.
Yes. We're going to give you all the goodies, all the Loud House goodies, let me tell you.
For sure. All right. Definitely a big thank you to Gilbert Gann, who came into our Loud Casa Talks, shared his thoughts about the movie, and it looks like from his thoughts, he's also pretty excited about how the movie is going to be, and we can't wait for the movie to come out. Hopefully it will be in April.
Yes, my birthday.
Do not worry if there's a trailer that will come out for the movie. We swear to God, we will do another episode just like this, talking about the trailer.
Yes. Let me tell you, we're going to go on for hours and hours just dissecting the trailer of the Loud House once it comes out. We're going to spend hours.
No. We don't have that much time. Not hours, but maybe like 1 to 2 hours in a Loud Casa Talks episode.
All I'm saying is, when you see a trailer, you got a lot to say.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. But on our next episode of the Loud Casa Talks, we want to take the subject of bringing shows to digital media instead of pretty much being on cable now. That's pretty much a trending thing. Like, you get to see a lot of cartoons that premiere in Netflix or premiere in Hulu or premiere in other networks like Disney Plus, for example. Why are some shows heading that way? Is it effective? There's a lot of examples that we could bring out there, and especially the Loud House movie, because it's not going to theaters, it's going straight to digital media. Is it the smart move? Is it not? That's our next episode. That's where we're gonna have a huge breakdown of me and Omid talking about if digital media the right way to go, etc., etc. A lot of things like that. All right, that's pretty much it for our Loud Casa Talks. So thank you very much for checking in. My name is Nate,
and this is Omid,
and we are signing off here in our episode here. Sorry, go ahead, Omid.
And this is Omid saying thank you all so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you all so much for the hype for the Loud House movie. Woo! And let me just say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, smell you later, dudes.
All right. Thank you very much for listening in. We'll see you guys